So good morning again. Many thanks for taking the time to join our webinar this morning. As you can see from the agenda, first on the agenda is Veerle van der Linden from Microsoft, who will present the partner-to-partner opportunity as Microsoft sees it. We'll then have a short presentation from myself as to why Dynamics consultants and what we can bring to the party. And then we'll follow that up with a quick Q&A session. So without further delay, may I introduce you to Veerle from Microsoft.
Yes, thank you so much, Tom, for this warm welcome. Great to be with you here today. Let me share my deck first. Yes. Can you confirm, Tom, if you see the deck?
Yes, I can.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, so welcome to this webinar. Thank you, Tom, again for inviting me and to give me the opportunity to present what we within Microsoft see as an enormous opportunity for Microsoft 365 partners. We call it Better Together, and we see Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365, two solutions within our Microsoft Cloud portfolio, as the Better Together offering for SMB customers in the market going forward. So my name is Veerle van der Linden. It's a Dutch name. I live in the Netherlands. I work in a Western European organization from Microsoft we call it the business group, where we basically are responsible for the go-to-market for all the countries that belong in the Western European organization, and Ireland is one of them. So hopefully I can inspire you today talking about topics who altogether explain why the partner opportunity is so enormous in the SMB customer base. So basically we are talking about how can we penetrate the Microsoft Dynamics 365, the Microsoft portfolio or customer base with the Dynamics 365 solutions. And I will touch on specific typical challenges that SMB have today and the solutions that will help them solve these challenges, and why you as a partner could step into this new opportunity. Some customers already benefit from the power of combining Dynamics 365 and Microsoft 365, and it's I will give a high overview on the product combinations and of course where you can tap in, and I will give you also some great resources and how you can work together with Dynamics consultants. I've been in contact with Dynamic consultants for the last few months, and I think they are really a great place to be in for you. So because they are so great as supporting partners to grow into the area of business applications. But first things first, why should you as a modern work partner listen in today in this session? And so let's start with the journey where we basically are all still in the global pandemic that is impacting us and impacting how our SMB customers are working, and it changes their needs. And how can you build a healthy business addressing those specific needs of the SMB? And so no one will argue anymore. The world has changed and all these changes are here to stay. And our customers, the SMBs, are really struggling to survive. And we can help them to adapt and innovate. So if you realize that we as Microsoft have talked to IDC, McKinsey and Gartner, who on their turn talk to thousands and thousands of our SMB customers across the world, talking about what is really going on in the minds of our SMBs. And we see basically that 60% of the SMBs are planning to increase their IT spending. So that is very hopeful. And we also can see that 65% understands that their frontline workers digitally needs to be empowered to work secure, and that data and IA are at the center of these changes. And the frontline workers needs to be able to be agile and have the right capabilities. Companies understand that driving their sales in a digital way is twice as important as before. And 64% is an amazing number. All SMBs plan to have, all of these SMBs plan to have remote work as part of their daily job in the future. So yes, the world really changed. I will explain later more details about the dynamic solution specific, so it makes even more sense what you see here. But if you look at your businesses, these are real numbers for you to take home and start considering adding dynamics to your business. Only 1%, and I think this is super crucial for you to understand, only 1% of all modern work customers today is using a dynamic solution. If you then take into account that Dynamics 365 and the Power Apps platform growth with 35% in your customer base, then it should be clear that you can take your share, as these are your customers. So you can increase the average revenue per M365 user up to 85%, and you will double your Azure revenue if you do, if you add Dynamics to your customers. So hopefully enough reasons to keep listening to this story. So have a look at this number game, and this is worldwide all-up numbers. We are not allowed to share specific country numbers or area numbers, but you can translate them, of course, percentage-wise to your own country. So if a modern work customer use an M365 socket, they are ready. On this slide, you see the product names, Business Central and Sales Professional. And these are the dynamic solutions specifically designed for the SMB needs. Business Central is our ERP system. So finance, manufacturing, production, everything the real core business processes that every customer needs to manage. That is what Business Central is covering as an ERP system in SMB. And I also will talk a little bit about Sales Professional, although I know that Dynamics consultants initially will focus on Business Central. Sales Professional is also very relevant in SMB. It's our CRM system for SMB specifically. And so worldwide, we have today 400,000 customers acting now to consider to buy an ERP or CRM. So it represents a huge number of users and dollars in revenue. So bring this down to a real example of a customer. So this is how you could look at it. Assume you have a Microsoft 365 Business Premium customer with 200 users. They typically have an ERP need, so that what Business Central, what I just explained, is covering on average for 13 full and 7 limited users. And also, they on average they will buy 20 CRM users when they on a company size like this. So basically, if you would sell them a combination of Business Central, the ERP, and Sales Pro, the CRM, you can use our offer and sell CRM for $20 a month. And without Business Central, the customer pays $65 per user per month. So this is what you will start adding as revenue for this customer specifically. If we talk with these customers about business applications, then what we see overall, their main concern is around being disconnected business processes, systems, and people. And this is what holding them back to be close to the customers in this new online world. And we all know that our customers need to stay competitive in this changing business landscape. So what we see is SMBs need solutions to overcome all these challenges. And what they really want is they want insights. And they want to be agile, to innovate, and to really going forward. And that is what we are going to offer your customers when combining Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365. And I will try to explain. This is how, when we listen to all the conversations that IDC and Gartner have with the customer, this is what a typically SMB looks like today. when they talk about disconnecting. So you see here the business leader who wants to have insights. What is happening today? What are my biggest opportunities? How is my inventory doing? What is my financials look like? How is my cash flow doing? And in order to get that view, they need to communicate with all the different stakeholders in the companies, but they do it through email, through outdated spreadsheets. They send an SMS, etc., etc. And basically what they want is they want to have all this information to serve the customers, and they want to make sure that the current customer needs, which is all about being personal, being relevant, being actual, in that way, and they are not capable of doing that due to the disconnected silos. And so what we see is very concrete. SMBs need solutions to adapt to anything. And it's very difficult for them to adapt to the changing business conditions and adapt to new business models. It's hard to see the supply chain issues before the customer will be impacted. For as an example, their service delivery is slow, projects exceed budgets, etc., etc., etc. And in essence, they are not able to respond to the customer inquiries in real time, or when they are out of office. It's very difficult for them to get a full picture of the cash flow, as I just said. So let's dive into the solution, the Better Together solution, Microsoft Dynamics 365 and Microsoft 365. So how can we connect those business applications with the productivity tools that you are already selling to your customers? How can we help them support remote work, improve security, which is top of mind for them, and then again control costs, which is of course in these times, in these challenging times, also very relevant. In order to have you understand why we as Microsoft are so uniquely positioned, I just step out of the SMB world and look at Microsoft as a whole. Because what you see here is 10 years journey, that we basically build up from the base to what is required for these modern data first business applications. And we basically laid down the largest data center footprint on the planet. We are greater than Amazon and Google combined. And this is where you can your customer can collect all the data, because that is needed to fuel the transformation in your business. To look at that data will prove the value, and that is where your customer can really benefit from the Microsoft investments in artificial intelligence. And we basically are top positioned across virtually every leaderboard, from computer vision to natural language understanding. And if you then understand that Azure application platform allows anybody to turn that super relevant key data into action. On top of that, we've built the Microsoft Power Platform, which enables basically everyone to be super close to the business, not just IT pros, connect to the data to create applications and business processes. And on top of that layer comes Office 365 and Dynamics 365. And you could say that basically these applications cover all the unstructured and structured business processes. This is wrapped with a common, really consistent security backplane on compliance boundary, one management interface, creating that industry-only comprehensive cloud for digital transformation. If we look at the right side, the competition, it's really interesting to see how how our competition tried to react on this. So if you take at least the last generation application first CRM provider, they had to start with what was a subscale app first model. And then they filled all the gaps in their portfolio by acquiring providers on other cloud platforms. But then they realized they needed to become a BI provider to compete, and bought one of those. And they also don't have a collaboration solution, so they string together a partnership. But this partner is now moving into a compete with them on the application side. And so finally, they had to buy an application integration company in order to make all this stuff work together. So be in no doubt that what Microsoft has built over the last 10 years from the ground up is fundamentally unique, and you can benefit in your SMB customer by combining Microsoft 365 and Dynamics 365. What you are going to do is you're going to make sure that your customer can respond faster and delight the customers with a connected solution that helps close deals and accelerate results from almost anywhere. And this is how the Microsoft 365 and the Dynamics 365 product view looks at the powerful solutions to transform and connect your customers together. And if you look at on the bottom, there you see on the left side Dynamics 365 Sales Professional, which is the CRM solution, and on the right side is Dynamics 365 Business Central, which optimize, automates business processes and give the financial visibility. Together, you can easily start, better support remote work, improve security and control costs, just as we saw that our SMB customers are really looking for. So let's look at more collaboration. So this is about improving teamwork and how you can seamlessly connect your people, your business process and customers with that Microsoft Cloud that I just presented. So respond at the speed of the business. So collaborate remotely with the business data at your fingertips, using video conferencing, chat, and calling in Teams. So basically, you connect the right people at the right time. You can see who is available, live presence information. You can collaborate on the go. Get a consistent experience across all your devices, no matter where you are. Create one sign-on calendar, email files, etc., etc. Really uncover insights about your customer, your processes. This is the reality. This is where the Better Together proposition is in essence really about. It's Business Central with Teams, and it allows you, when you combine those solutions, to make sure that your customer makes faster decisions. They can, for instance, paste a link into any Business Central record and expand it with a compact card, share with co-workers, and really easily edit data and take action without switching between the apps. And that is really the game changer here when combining Teams and Business Central together. The same goes for Sales Professional. It's also fully available in Teams. Collaborate directly on deals, have conversations, meet, share, get contextual sales guidance in Teams, so as sellers really know what is the next step in their sales process. Second topic, more productivity. So how does that look? So more productivity is about staying focused. So with embedded Teams experience in 365, as we said, you can see the chat. You can take action in the app when you are using, not switching between standalone software. You bring your office with you, basically. Where you are, your office is with you with all the elements and all the business needs you have, and you can get a comprehensive view, improving every accuracy and data analytics with you, because everything is connected to Excel and can edit information back into Business Central right away from Excel. And Outlook, of course. So this is Business Central in Outlook, one of the probably the things you are first gonna show your customer. This slide is an eye opener for them, because what you do is you stay in Outlook and you manage your whole quote to cash and every single business processes that is needed in order to get your cash in, while just staying in Outlook and checking your email and working from email. So this is an amazing eye opener, and there is no other solution in the world, ERP solution, that is so deeply infused in Outlook, because by design these solutions work together. Same goes for Sales Professional, completely integrated in Outlook, so you can track every important customer email and connect it to all the CRM history that you have with the customer. And last but not least, make more impact. So we know that the customer demands are increasing, and we must make sure that we have a personalized, engaged experience in every touch point with your customer, from frontline until fulfillment. That's how we can make more impact. So you can analyze your customer data in one view with teams. You stay focused on the people, on the processes. You build stronger relationships with your customer and streamline all the tasks that you need in a few clicks while checking your email. And this is, I think, one of the for a lot of people in the finance organization and in your business organization of your customer, and a really exciting integration with Excel. Nearly every customer still works with Excel, and they can keep on doing it. So you view data, create transactions, export data from Business Central to Excel, change things, and then import it back into your Business Central environment. Really exciting and eye-opening way of working with your productivity solutions and dynamic solutions for Business Central. Same goes for Sales Professional. You can export, import, create all kind of views directly from your CRM environment to Excel and back. Real-time customer information at your fingertips to have your customer manage their organizations. And last but not least, I want to share a few customer stories here with you to sort of support what I'm explaining to you. I will just click a little bit through them and stop specifically with this one. This is a customer in Europe called IQ Fuel. It's a startup, and this is a typical customer that you probably will meet and in the near future. This customer they had a challenge. They start that a business to sell sport drinks, and then COVID hits them, but they want to be super successful. So what they did is they built a business model powered by Dynamics 365, Business Central, and Sales Professional, completely infused in all their productivity, in their Outlook, in their teams, etc., etc. And they managed to, even in these difficult times, have a great increase in sales, and fantastic acceleration in the time to success with in the business management. Very nice customer. You will get these slides, so you can have a look if you want to learn more about customers who add dynamic solutions to their productivity suite for Microsoft 365. A lot of great customers. So let's have a look at some key takeaways. So basically what you can do is your customer can gain agility to support remote mobile work, adopt new business models quicker. Your customer can get a holistic view of business health and operations to get more strategic decisions. They can streamline, improve their workflow efficiency across their whole organization and proactively address all these challenges and opportunities that they see going forward, and really boost sales and customer satisfaction, combining the Better Together products. Last but not least, some resources. Dynamic consultants will support you and guide you and help you with everything that is needed to be successful. But just to be fully complete, Microsoft has created a lot of resources for you to understand every benefit that you can have for this business. Thank you very much for listening in to me, and I'm going to give back the stage to Tom.
Thank you, Vila. That's most enlightening, and hopefully that's given everyone an insight into the opportunity. Let me just go back to the agenda. Right. So next on the agenda is myself giving you an oversight of why Dynamics Consultants and really what we're bringing to the party. Dynamics Consultants, we started in 2007. We're based in Southampton in the UK, so we're not competing in the Irish market. As an organisation, we are just specialists really at NAV, which is what Business Central used to be called, and Business Central. We give open, honest, reliable advice. We like to advise our customers really based on what we would do if we were in that situation. We don't sell things just because it's there to be sold. If we don't think a customer needs something, we won't advise that. Between us, we have over 300 years of combined experience with Dynamics, NAV, and Business Central, that's across the team. The team is in the region of 30 people, so we've got some very experienced people on board. We look to be a valuable member of the team. We don't really see ourselves as a supplier. We see ourselves as part of the team, by valuable, we like to add value really to our customers and our partners. Flexible to business size and industry. I think that really is testimony as much as anything to the product. Business Central is flexible to really any business size and industry. It is absolutely aimed at the SME market, but that really goes down from single user people up to some reasonable size industries. Again, across industry verticals too. Our customer retention is excellent. In the 14 years that we've been running, we have lost only a handful of customers, and around half of those have come back to us as well. Our business is really built on our technical ability. Both myself and my business partner are very hands-on, very technical people, and it's really the technical side and our technical ability which has really enabled us to properly support our customers and to grow as a business. We are Gold ERP partners. That is our only gold competency, but that is really our only specialism. We specialise in Business Central, we've achieved that highest accreditation from Microsoft. In terms of our company vision and our values, our vision is to be widely recognised as the UK's best Microsoft business software solution partner, and best is important. We are aiming to be the best. We are already highly regarded as one of the good partners within the Business Central channel. For us, that's not good enough. We're aiming to be recognised as the best, and that's the best by Microsoft, by our peer partners, and also our customers. We have a few values in place. Cooperation is one of those, and that really is helping and supporting each other as a team and our customers. If we're asked for help, we provide that, and that really is core to our existence really. Excellence, we strive to meet and exceed expectations and right first time. We work on a continual improvement basis. If we think we're doing something really well, that's great, but we can always do it better, and we encourage our people to look for better ways of doing things, and for making sure that we get things right first time. And fair, I think, is another important value that we hold. You know, we will do what we feel is fair for our customers and our partners, and we expect the same courtesy in return. We have, as we say, as I said, a number of customers in a number of different industries of various sizes. We've got a few references here from Simplex Turbulo, fast response, nothing is too much of a problem, huge help with MTD for our group. And that really is showing our cooperation side of things. Quadratech, working with Dynamics consultants is a mutually beneficial relationship. Their customer service is top notch and their knowledge is beyond excellent. Our company is much better off with Dynamics consultants as our partner. And again, that's looking at the excellent side of our values. Bainbridge, one of our early customers, they came across to us when they had a real issue with their inventory valuation, which two other partners couldn't sort out for them. And again, our technical excellence managed to sort that out for them within about a week. And the Royal Yachting Association, as a long-standing customer of DC, we're always happy with the understanding of the development team to our requirements and the delivery of these to our high standard. And our developers actually go on site and work with their IT department, and we are flexible in the way that we work with customers as a result. In terms of Business Central itself, there's a gentleman that you might recognise. It is an all-in-one business management solution, and as Vila pointed out, it's part of that Microsoft stack. It is that whole Microsoft solution which it's taken advantage of, and Business Central is very much that all-in-one solution that encompasses the finance side of things, as well as the operations, project management, service management, manufacturing, warehousing. It really is a solution that can grow with your business. In terms of typical target customers, we're really looking at those industries that are either looking to grow or are growing, and are finding that their solutions are holding them back. Their solutions are becoming to be more of a problem than a help. As Vila said, a number of those organisations feel that they're using disconnected systems, whereas Business Central really brings that into one solution for them that integrates with their other business tools. Reporting limitations is also cited by many customers, and a number are running on those outdated and legacy systems with no roadmap for growth, unlike Business Central. So Business Central, it brings all of those into one umbrella, the finance, the operations, the project management side of things into one solution, and that integrates with the sales professional for the CRM tools. As a solution, it's available on any device. There is a web client that's easily deployed. There is no installation required. It's just a URL. And similarly, there's a tablet app and a mobile app, so it works nicely on a phone, be that Android or iOS, or a tablet. In terms of the solution that Dynamics Consultants is offering, we have developed what we call our Accelerated Business Central solution, or ABC for short. It is a pre-configured productized solution. A lot of the cost an effort in implementing Business Central is around that configuration. So providing a pre-configured solution really speeds up the implementation time and reduces the cost to those customers. It is a fixed price for a fixed scope. There is, of course, scope for customers to add extras to that, but in terms of that product, it is a fixed scope with a fixed price. And really, the solution does provide that foundation for future growth. We provide two setup options, either a DIY or an assisted setup. And we provide the data migration templates, the implementation guides, and a number of instructional videos in addition to those videos that Microsoft provide and the Microsoft Docs that they provide too. So what would we provide to partners under this program? So we would provide marketing campaign materials, some content for your websites, some email campaign materials, and the odd special offer here and there to really get customers on board. A qualification spreadsheet, a sales playbook, which really is just a couple of signs of A4, which tells you who those target market customers are, an overview of what the solution is, to give your salespeople just that head start when they're talking to customers in terms of what those pain points are and those touch points are. A price calculator and quote generator. That's going to be initially Excel based because we can't really guarantee what systems everyone's using. And some demo videos and a customer Q&A session. So once you've gone through the basics with the customer and they've had a look at the demo videos and they're interested and they're qualified in, we will provide that online one-to-one Q&A session with the customer to ask any questions that they might have regarding the product. As I said, two implementation offerings. Assisted, ideal for the partner who wants us to take the strain, and I think that will probably apply to most. It's a pre-configured environment creation, data import assistance. So we provide the templates, but we don't just provide the templates and leave the customer with them. We'll assist them ensuring that the data is correct in there and to help them import into the system. We provide training, we provide go live assistance, and some ongoing health checks as well as they're using the system, as well as those ongoing support packages. Or there is a DIY offering for those customers who have potentially used Business Central before, or for partners who are looking to do some of that implementation effort themselves. Again, this is the pre-configured environment creation, limited to 3 days of services for the assistance and health checks. But again, we provide those post-go live support packages too. In terms of costs, these are end user costs for the assisted implementation. And again, these are costs around the different modules. We do not have manufacturing and service management in those. They tend to be much more complex implementations, which we can deal with, but they very much fall under an engineer to order type offering. So, what's in it for you? So, two models. There's the trusted partner referral model, where you retain ownership and trusted advisor status with your customer. All of those Microsoft 365 licenses, that all stays with you. We're not interested in that. We're implementing Business Central. All projects will net 10% of licenses. DC is the partner of record for the Business Central side of things, and 15% of services revenue for the implementation project, plus €1,000 for a successful closed deal. We're also offering an option for a half-price assisted ABC implementation for yourselves as a partner, so that you can get Business Central on board if you're not already using it. And you have the opportunity to upsell your services around the Power Platform and Microsoft 365, and of course that Azure consumption, etc. There is also our white labeled shared revenue model. So this is really more ideal for those partners who are looking to grow a Business Central partnership in the future. So you retain ownership trusted advisor status with the customer. For ABC purchases, you will get the Microsoft license revenue and partner recognition, but we're asking 10% of that revenue to us, and you will also get 10% of services and ABC product revenue as well. For engineer to order projects, these tend to be a lot more complicated. So if it falls outside of the ABC product and becomes what we call an ETO or engineer to order product, it will very much work on that referral model basis. Because we really need that more in-depth relationship with the customer, really, in order to make those more complicated projects work properly. There is also an ABC customer requirement clause for partners wishing to grow their own BC practice. So effectively, anything that we sell under the ABC product, at some point in the future, if you wish to grow your own practice, we will quite happily, because it's white label, we'll quite happily transfer the services and ongoing support to those across to yourselves. We do ask for a 6 months notice on that so that we can effectively transfer that in a seamless way for the customer, and for us to really reallocate the resources internally. And again, we're offering that option for a half price assisted ABC implementation. There is also the upskilling opportunity and co-implementation and partner training as part of those implementations. And we see that as time goes by, that you will move really from an assisted implementation to a DIY model prior to really taking that leap. And then again, there's those opportunity to upsell your services around the Power Platform and the M365, etc. And because you're getting the partner of record, there will also be those CSP incentives relating to the Business Central licensing too. So that's really it from my presentation. So really, I'd just really like to open the floor to any questions.